Hold up, hold up, hold up. It's that boy G Planz. Don't give a damn. He cooler than a fan. Walking real tall. Some say he's a man.
For sure, man. But I want to speak some more sports, man. Sean Payton, former Saints coach, he's a Bronco.
I didn't know that. I don't really follow football. You putting me on,
But
so.
he's a Bronco head coach now. But this brought me to the question. You was like, bro, I had bought a Rolex in New Orleans.
No, I ain't bad. Well, I ain't bad in New Orleans.
Well, talk to us. You already know what I'm about to talk about.
Yeah, bro, because like that what I was saying when I was talking about the studio, I had just got that watch and niggas just started to act funny with me, changing on me, you know what I'm saying? I bought a watch, but I remember I was in the hood one day on the block. Nigga say, hey, how much that watch cost? I ain't, I couldn't say no number, so I was like, that bit cost a little nice little penny, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you wearing that kind of shit on the block, we out just starving? Looked at a nigga like, man, you can't be fucking serious. I already do everything I can, but I mean, I can't have nothing to myself. I'm supposed to, sacrifice me having something nice to feed y'all, man. That's when I knew a nigga wasn't shit, you know what I'm saying? And then my little partner started telling me, like, why certain niggas in my clique because they letting other niggas get in their ear about maybe trying me for the watch, you know what I'm saying? But this how God worked. God knew I had a watch that was putting a target on my back that didn't match my tax bracket. You see what I'm saying? Cause I didn't. This is like a $30,000 watch, maybe. Cause I'm gonna tell you the story.
Rolexes hold their value.
Yeah, if it was real, I still don't know if it was completely real to this day. Cause they got this finesse shit going on where they got good replicas that's silver, gold plated or whatever, and then they putting the moissanite on it, and it's custom, and that bitch done right. You might have to pay 3-4 racks for it, but that bitch gonna look like you paid $30,000. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Bitch gonna pass the diamond test, all that shit. So I don't really think it's smart to buy real jewelry.
I mean, Ocho Cinco just said that.
It's not smart, bro. Yeah. That's some ego shit. If it looks good and it's worth your money, buy it. You know what I'm saying? Only you know. Ain't nobody gonna be able to be coming up to you to check if your shit real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I didn't pay $30,000 or $40,000 for it like people would have thought, so it wasn't worth the risk that was coming with it. You know what I'm saying? But I was holding on to my shit. I ain't about letting a nigga take nothing from me. But I'm saying that to say this: God will make certain shit happen so the inevitable won't happen. Yeah. I was either gonna end up having to kill one of my own homeboys behind my watch, or they was gonna kill me behind my watch. Mm-hmm. So this what happened. My little cousin and his little partner, they be hitting licks. They might hit houses, cars, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas in the city, they ran up on a nice ass farm. The door was unlocked. They ain't even have to break the window or nothing.
The city,
New Orleans. New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They found the watch in that bitch, took it, right? Soon as they get it, they call my little brother. He like, you better call my brother. You know he gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? But they thinking it's real, so they trying to get bands for this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'll give you some bands for that bitch, but we gonna get it appraised by Zales, the real jewelry stores. You know what I'm saying? We went to Zales, a couple other ones, I can't think of the name of, Lee Michaels, some shit like that. Went to like 3 of them. Man, when I tell you all 3 jewelry stores we went to told us basically the same thing. They was like, the watch looks immaculate, but we can't tell you if it's real or not. I'm like, how can't you tell? They was like, well, we putting a diamond tester on it. It's not reading like real diamonds, but it's not saying it's not diamonds. They was like, it's right between sapphires, moissanite, and diamonds, but it was like, it looked great. And then a white woman, when she was in there, she looked at the watch, then she looked at me. I'm saying 30. Guess what the white woman said?
What she said?
She said, no way this watch is real. She said, if it's real, this is a $50,000 watch.
Wow.
She's saying it's probably worth more, but she like, if this is real, this is a $50,000 watch. Then she looked at me again and she was like, no way it's real. She just didn't believe that I could have that as a real watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then my little cousin them right there with me while she telling me all this shit, you know what I'm saying? So, bam. I'm like, man, I ain't giving y'all what y'all want for that bitch because they ain't confirmed nothing. I had a nice little presidential role at the time. It was a nice replica, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I traded them my watch and I gave them a few hundred or maybe a band. And then they gave me the watch. I had that bitch for like a year and a half going on 2 years. You know what I'm saying? About 2 years into it, I started getting phone calls about the watch. Nigga had them fake tracked me down. What happened was, the little dude my little cousin was with, he knew who the truck was for that they was going in. My little cousin ain't know that. That was the other little dude, auntie husband. So it's really a whole cross they done threw me in. Yeah. You feel me? Ooh. I'm thinking they done really just got that bitch like off of Canal or something. You know what I'm saying? Just a random car.
And you ain't know?
No, they done got this bitch from a brick mason. They done got this from a project nigga who got clubs, who run shit. Like real brick mason, right? I ain't know this at the time, but I could kind of tell it's for somebody who, you know what I'm saying? So when I started getting the calls, it was the nigga wife. She ain't never come at me like on no pressing me shit. She came at me on some family shit. At first she was like, your cousin, his name, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, I know your auntie, we cool. And she was like, man, you got the watch, you just bring it back, we'll give you something for it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's for my husband, my nephew did that bad, yada, 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 yada. I'm like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, yes, you do. I'm still acting stupid, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, it. Y'all don't have to get it in blood. I ain't coming up out this bitch. I paid for it, I ain't steal it, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on the phone saying. Then I know they way in New Orleans, I'm in BR, I'm like, what's the chances of them really catching up with me out here? But I know they know people probably, so I'm like, I'm gonna be a little more cautious, you know what I'm saying? Some months passed, they called a couple more times, it's basically the same conversation. Bam, Bayou Classic come up, I decided to take my ass down to New Orleans and party with the watch on, right?
What?
I ain't thinking that far. I don't know who I'm dealing with. So I'm with New Orleans socialite. He getting everything free, VIP, whatever. So we go to the Masquerade Casino, going to VIP. I'm in that bitch standing next to Alvin Kamara. No bullshit. Standing right next to Alvin Kamara. In his section and his people and shit. My partner had walked off and was like talking to other people and shit. And then when he came back with a group of niggas, with like 3 niggas. He introduced me to the niggas. Niggas shake my hand and everything, right? Niggas shake my hand. So then a nigga like, man, you A1, huh? I'm like, yeah. They're like, this your Instagram page? Nigga pull his phone up and show me my Instagram. So I'm like, yeah, that's me. He's like, yeah, I thought that was you. He was like, that's my watch on your wrist. I'm like, what? What watch? He like, that watch on your wrist, that's mine. I'm like, man, stop playing, man. Go on, you know what I'm saying? So then he go to his page and he showed me a picture of himself with the watch on. Zoom in on the bitch. It's the same watch, or it looks the same. Yeah. I'm like, well, they ain't telling me nothing. They probably made 1,000, hundreds of thousands of these. It's just the same color. How you figure this your watch? He's like, man, I know it's my wife. My wife called you, talk to you about it, whooped around. He's like, her nephew took it out of my truck. I know you ain't steal it. You know what I'm saying? That's when he let me know. I know you ain't steal it here. Like, so I'm like, what? I'm like, so if it is your wife, what you saying? You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, I can't let you leave with that bitch. Now at this point, hey, about 15, 20 niggas then surrounded me.
Wow.
Mind you, I didn't know the party that we was in. It was their party. They threw it. So I was boxed in from jump. You know what I'm saying? They hadn't got me. It was just a divine intervention. They shit was supposed to go back to them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in there by myself, but I gotta hold my own because I ain't no sales nigga. But I could think. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a man of principle. So I think the watch was it's 2 brothers. The watch was for the older brother. He was more of the gentleman that was talking to me, explaining, you know what I'm saying, trying to give him the watch back. His little brother, the younger brother, is the man.
Oh.
See, the big brother just came home from jail, and the little brother is the man. And little brother got like a complex to where it's like, I'm ready to do you something.
Yeah.
So he was hooping and hollering the whole time. Man, I ain't, you know, he basically like, man, you better stop stalling and take the and watch off type shit. You know what I'm saying? Before we do you something in here. So I never engaged with him. I seen what type of time he was on, and he was like, man, you acting like you don't hear me. I'm like, nigga, I don't hear you. I said, I don't hear no nigga talking to me like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, cause I'm trying to assess the situation. Like, I understand you pissed off, but I ain't take your watch, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And how you coming at me is making me not want to give you that bitch at all anyway. You know what I'm saying? So the big brother, he could kind of see what kind of nigga I was. So he took my attention off the little brother. He like, look, don't even worry about little brother. I'm like, yeah, cause I don't hear all that hooping and hollering. I don't even pay that shit no mind. That shit ain't tipping me. You know what I'm saying? So the big brother like, I could see that. He like, look. He like, two men could talk, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm a man, you a man, let's talk. He like, look, we already made a police report about the watch. We know that's our watch. I hate to get the police involved, but this my party. The police right outside the whoop the wearing. He was like, they probably won't take you to jail, but because I got papers on my watch, and I don't know if he was bluffing me, but it was a good ass bluff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, nah, this is thing. He was like, they might not take you to jail, but they gonna take the watch. Now you ain't gonna have nothing, no money, no watching nothing. He was like, what is it gonna take for me to leave with my watch? I was like, man, you gotta at least give me my money back, what I paid. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I'll give you that right now. I know what you paid. He was trying to give me $1,500. I'm like, man, I ain't moving for no 15. You know what I'm saying? Make it worth my while, cause y'all done pressed me in the party. You basically taking, I feel like this mine now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not replacing my presidential role. You know what I'm saying? So bam. He like, what is it gonna take? I'm not gonna say the number that it took, but I down to double, maybe triple my money. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I realized it wasn't really about the money to them. It was more of a sentimental thing. They wanted they shit.